Showtime.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Flores. I have been working for Westside Regional Center for the past 10 years as a children's service coordinator. In addition, I have a daughter who was born or diagnosed with Down syndrome at birth. When she was born, I felt very lost. I felt alone. And shortly after, I say when she was maybe 3 months, my daughter had many medical complications. At that time, I was referred to the regional center. When the regional center, when the regional center came to,
Just take your pause, because I'll cut there, and then just say, so, take a deep breath, close your eyes, open up, and then come out of it and say, so when the regional center, and just finish that.
So when the regional center reached out to us, I knew I was not alone. I knew there was help. I knew a new door with many opportunities had opened.
That line again, just when the regional center reached out.
When the regional center reached out, a new door opened with many opportunities. I felt help. I felt the help was there, the support. I felt there was some there to listen to me. As a service coordinator, I'm there to listen, I'm there to inform, and I'm there to...
Take your time, take your time, take your time. So you know what?
I know, I'm nervous.
Don't be nervous.
If you do this right,
it looks really good from this
if
side.
you do this right, you'll get a Beyonce ticket. You know I'm lying. So I want to keep it light because I know it's emotional.
Yes.
Very emotional recounting it, but keep it light.
Okay.
And then just that whole piece where you said when the regional center.
You want me to do that again?
Yeah, just but tie it in so it makes sense. Okay.
When the regional center reached out for me, I knew there was help. A new door filled with opportunities opened. I was not alone. I was informed. There was a lot of support. And there was somebody there to listen to me. As a service coordinator, I'm here to do the same. When I meet my families, every family has a journey. I hear their story, I hear how they came to the regional center, and from there, we discuss of all the services that there are available for their loved one.
You hear the alarm?
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to do work up here. You know what? It's going to do what it's going to do. So I just go ahead with what you're saying. You look
what
amazing.
did I say?
You said I look cute. And I said I concur.
I forgot what I was talking about.
Did you ask the question?
She's still doing
Yeah,
her
because
introduction.
she's still trying to look at the paper.
I know.
And you know what? The paper's cool, but we don't need the paper.
I know. But I just have my...
Because I saw her cheating over like, ooh, what should I say now?
Mm-hmm.
I should have those papers.
Yeah.
Can we have them like taped here? Or
Yeah.
so I won't have my, so I can just kind of
Let me just
remember what I'm going to say.
Let me kill this right here. So that audio is working really, really well. And what's cool with the headphones, I can actually hear what was going on. This camera's locked right in on your face. So we've got both cameras rolling. And,
So you want me to be super still because I know I was a little squirmy.
it's okay. Because that mic right there is more
This
focused. Yeah. So as long as you don't hit it with the fabric, the fabric going over it is what'll make the noise. So we're good. But you look amazing, man. So let's do the remix.
Right?
So whenever you're ready. And just try to start with the beginning of the question. tie that into what the response.
So start all over, or
No.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
I was
gonna
like,
go
whoo.
now to, so you did your introduction.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go to the first question. So, if I'm new to the regional center as a parent, what is your role in working with a parent? What can a parent expect?
As a parent, I advise when you meet with your service coordinator, you want it to be informed. You want to know what the generic resources out there. You want to understand the Land Treatment Act. You want the service coordinator to, if you don't understand the language, ask your service coordinator to make it easier for you to understand. As service coordinators, we are here to provide you with generic resources, how to navigate the system. Whether if it's IHSS, SSI, we're here to guide you and for you to take the proper steps to initiate the process. We also have a meeting on an annual basis, which is called an IPP, an individual program plan. At that time, we talk about the goals, objectives, and services that may be available to your child. The goals will connect or are tied with the service that you're requesting. Overall, we're here to empower families. We want to teach you how to be the best advocate for your child.
So that was great.
But I was looking a lot, huh?
No, you're fine. Because you're like, but you're fine. So you know what? The battery on this camera is about to die. I don't want it to die on us. See, it's down really low.
Okay.
Let me just have it close. So go on to the second question.
The next question would be, how can clients and families work collaboratively with their service coordinator? So you talked about the annual meeting. You talked about the services and the goals and generic resources. Now tell me how families and clients can work in a collaborative way with their service coordinator.
The key thing is having an open communication system.
Include that.
So
This is how parents can work collaboratively with the regional center.
How parents can work collaboratively.
So you say the best way to work work with the regional center is this.
Okay.
And that makes it easier. It's not too wordy.
Okay. So the best
way to work with the regional center.
The best way to work with the regional center as well as your service coordinator is have an open communication system. If there's something that you don't understand, for example, you go to your child's IEP and something doesn't seem to be clear in their IEP, call your service coordinator. Your service coordinator will be there to help you understand that document better. We don't always have the answers, but we will find ways to refer you to the right person who can help you.
That's great. You're really good.
Okay.
So we have another question and see how you can incorporate. What is this next question?
The next
Can I add to that? Because I had
you
one
can,
thing.
you can.
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the thing is, in addition to that.
Okay.
Okay.
In addition to that, for Spanish-speaking families, there's a struggle with understanding the language. As service coordinators, we can either help them, we can provide them with literature in their language. If a family's request their IPP to be translated, we can make that request and provide them in their language. If you need your IPP document translated in your native language, you can request that from your service coordinator.
That's it.
Jesus.
That's it. That takes you off the hook for committing,
Right.
to something that legally you probably won't be able to deliver,
Right.
What else? So we talked about your meeting once a year.
Open
talked
communication system.
Your role.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
How do you address concerns? So if clients and families have questions or concerns about the services or supports, how can you address it with your service coordinator? Yeah. So if you have a concern or any questions about the services and supports that we provide, how do you address that with the service coordinator?
If families have concerns and they would like to address this with their service coordinator, they can either call them, they can email them, or they can come to the office. As service coordinators, we have multiple meetings throughout the day. We're out in the field. So we prefer that clients or families call prior to coming to the office to see if their service coordinator is at the office. In addition, if you have an emergency that needs to be taken care of immediately and you know that your service coordinator is not there, you can always request the counselor of the day.
Perfect.
You're killing it, girl. I'm saying. I had no idea it was going to be this simple. I'm here with professionals.
Yeah, we got 2 minutes.
What about the how often SCs meet with their clients? Can I
You said
answer?
the IPP is once a month?
No.
Either
Once a
that.
year? But she mentioned that already, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
you did.
You covered that one.
Okay, okay. But it says how often. I mean, we can meet with them once a year or as needed. I mean, if they have any
Okay.
issue, they can.
You can go ahead and put
Just
that
kinda-
all into one little segment so that he can edit it.
Okay.
So Leroy, you'll take that out from before, and she's gonna do this all in one shot, right?
If she can do it.
Okay.
I know she's professional, but this gets hard sometimes. Right?
Right.
You're like, I thought it was going to be easy. It wasn't easy.
So what are the 2 points that you wanna make in this?
We're mandated to meet with families once a year. However, families can request an IPP at any given time. But then, see, there's so much.
Well, you don't, they're
Because-
not requesting an IPP,
Uh-huh.
they're they can amend well, they're coming in for any emergencies.
But that's going
that they
to,
may have.
right.
Yeah, or any questions, but we just do the IPPs once a year, then we amend.
But then adults, you know,
Adults, yeah.
it's different
Yeah,
with
that's
early
true.
start.
That's
I don't
true.
know.
So.
Because people are gonna
we had
get
an early
confused.
start service
Okay,
coordinator already covered
okay,
that.
okay, okay.
So,
And then I'm just children, like, are you children? or-
Children's.
Okay, yeah. So adults are different, they meet quarterly.
If they live independently. Hmm.
You guys are good. You're like, girl, don't say that. So whenever you're ready. What's our next
so if
one?
you
What's the
wanna
next
cover that
question?
again, like, I mean, so if, the adult, service coordinator, if you wanna just add that piece, cause I'm not gonna be filming any more service coordinators after you
Okay.
guys. So, what did you wanna mention about adult services? So if you're,
With adult services, individuals who live on their own usually meet every 3 months with their service coordinators. If adults live with their families, then they meet once a year. Right.
that's good, yeah.
You're good. Gangster. Listen.
I think we covered everything.
We did
covered
the
the
telephone calls, emails.
Mhm.
Hmm.
I just want to ask you a question.
What can families expect from the RCs? Can I add that too?
We can do it again, we covered that. Nicole.
Oh,
We can do it
okay.
again if you want to.
Families can expect from their SCs professional.
So you know what, say service coordinator, because a new parent might not know SC.
Okay,
So we try to, if you're gonna use an acronym, you say what it is.
okay. Service coordinators can expect, no, families can expect from their service coordinators professionalism, mutual respect, compassion, and we're here to listen.
That's beautiful. Can you say
I
that
can
again,
go
though?
on and on.
Can you say that again? So, what can families expect from their service coordinator?
Families can expect from their service coordinators compassion, mutual respect, professionalism, and we're here to listen. No, I don't like that.
Do it again, do it again.
Yeah. All you do is the thing is, if you don't like it, take a
Right.
beat and then just start it all over again. And that way we don't have to even, you know what you like.
Families can expect from their service coordinators professionalism, mutual respect, being compassionate, and we're here to listen to you.
One more.
Families can expect from their service coordinator professionalism, mutual respect, compassion, and we're here to listen to you.
That was good. That was good. Now, forget all the sheets, the paper, all that stuff. Forget all that. So, I want you to take me back to the day that you realized, as a parent, that you needed the Westside Regional Center. What was going through your head?
I was alone.
The day that I realized that I needed help with my child. Boom.
The day I realized I needed help for my child, I realized I was not alone. There are many parents out there, there's many families who were in the same position as I.
No. Make it raw. The day I found out, I was fucking pissed and terrified because I was like, how could this happen to me?
Why me? That was my
saying.
thing.
But be real about that.
But
Just
you
say,
knew
yeah.
in utero. Did you know?
No.
You didn't know that your child was going to have Down syndrome? Okay.
And
I
so
was
the
in
day that-
denial. I
the
was in
day-
shock.
But I want that. I
But-
was in denial. I was in shock. This is maybe cut. But there's a realness that comes from actually going back and saying, because every parent, not every parent, but most parents, when they realize that, the day that they realize that right here are important to somebody who is going through this for the first time. Because they'll come in here and see the service coordinator and be like, you don't really know what I went through. Yes, I do. I went through it. You know, I did all the research like you're doing right now. And after you finished all that research, you realized that you still needed to go to somebody else because you still didn't have all the answers. So you walked into the regional center, and what did it feel like?
I remember the first time when my service coordinator called me. She told me, oh, we will be at your home this time. Sorry. So the day when the service coordinator reached out to me, I was told they would come to my home. I was, wow, they're coming to me and me not going to them. It was an awesome feeling knowing that they were coming directly to our home. When she came, she explained to me all the services that were available for her age, that were appropriate for her age. Immediately after our meeting, I felt, wow, I'm not alone. There is help. And thanks to the regional center, I found hope. The hope I didn't realize was there when my daughter was born.
Right?
That's very good.
Right? So you know when it comes out, it's authentic. It just, everybody knows it. And sometimes it feels like you're reading. It shouldn't be that you're reading. It's like, you know what, this is just me telling you that after you come here, you're going to go back to your house and you're going to feel better. We want you to feel better. We want you to get some answers. Now, your answers aren't going to come all today.
Right.
And that's the thing. You didn't get all the answers that day. It's been a journey. But that was the first step of the journey. And you knew that you weren't walking alone. So that's all you're saying to people. It's the first... Once you realize that this journey is going to be a process, and knowing if you have somebody to make the journey with you, you feel better. And you can just say that, and once I realized that I wasn't walking by myself, it still was work, but I wasn't alone. That kind of dynamic. If you could just say that, I wasn't alone. And I don't know how many different people worked with you along the way, but you've had service coordinators, you've had specialists, therapists, all of that.
But just say the Western Regional Center coordinated all of that. I didn't have to make phone calls to people I didn't know. They knew who I needed to be in touch with. And so they made those things happen. And so that's, if you could just give me that.
So when my service coordinator met with us, she referred us to different agencies. These agencies started working with my daughter. She started receiving therapy at 6 months old. It was a beginning where, again, I saw hope. I was not alone. They were there to help me. My service coordinator was always in touch with me. She kept me informed of conferences, support groups. Therefore, as a parent, I went ahead and took the step and educated myself. I began going to conferences, learning more about Down syndrome and how ways as a parent I would help my daughter, in addition to the support that the regional center would provide.
That was good. That was good.
And I did that. I started going to conferences.
Because you want to know. Because sometimes you're like, I'm not the expert, but I would be better than who I am right now. And so you empowered yourself to help empower your daughter. And it's just, you can just say, if you can start off, that was 16 years ago. That was 16 years ago and today. So if you can just say that was 16 years ago when this journey started.
That was 16 years ago when my journey started. Now, as a parent, as a professional, I have learned to better advocate for her. I help families navigate the system. I introduce them to the generic services available for them. In addition, I'm here. I'm here to help you.
Out the park. You know what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? That was everything. You know what I'm saying? Was that it?
That was great.
Yeah, that's good.
Stop crying over here. She's getting all weepy and stuff.
That was so good.
Yeah.